I have been having issues with how to differ opening purchase and closing sales. Well, Joshua, think of gambling, right? In my gambling, the way I establish my position within the casino is I go to the cage and I do an opening purchase. I buy some chips. Maybe I buy a couple $1,000s in chips. And then when I'm done gambling, I do a closing sale. I cash in my chips. Or as I learned last time Brian and I were out gambling, color in is what they call it, right? That's the gambling equivalent of a closing sale. I have this answer set, Joshua, in every video I put out about types of orders. And the types of orders are opening purchases. The test question, you didn't tell us what exam you're taking, but it's test one every exam, including the SIE. Opening purchases, test question, are used to establish or add to a long position. So on your exam, if I say, which of the following types of orders would be used to establish or add to a long position, you'd say opening purchase. Now that's important because there's a lot of words that mean the same thing. Long, owner, holder, buyer, opening purchase. Joshua, I tease people in my tutoring. When I show up in the Zoom link, I said, you did an opening purchase of an hour of tutoring. What would you like to discuss? You've gone long an hour of tutoring. A closing sale test question, if they say on your exam, which of the following types of orders would be used to eliminate, reduce, or offset a long position, that'd be a closing sale. That's my casino example. Now, in the casino's perspective, it's an opening sale. If I say on the test, it's an ABCD answer set on all exams. If I say which of the following types of orders would be used to establish or add to a short position, that would be an opening sale. And the way you eliminate, reduce, or offset a short position is a closing purchase, right? So when I'm doing my closing sale from the casino's perspective, that is their closing purchase. They're buying back my chips. In fact, they might come back and say, hey, we want to cash you out and send you home, right? Brian, were you getting ready to get your board there or not?
No, I'm okay.
Well, you're welcome to do it if you got something to add to
that. Again, because with options, you can initially either sell the contract or buy. So whatever transaction you did initially, that's your opening transaction. Mm-hmm. So if you sold a call option or sold a put option, the initial would be an opening sale, right? And of course, and I just tell people, whatever you want to do to get out of or eliminate your position, right, would be the opposite transaction to close. So that would be a closing purchase. On the other side of the contract, if you initially bought the option, right, so that would then be an opening purchase. So the initial transaction on an option contract, right, is either a buy or sell, but they're both opening positions. To eliminate that position, those are always closing. And then again, the transaction will also always be the opposite. So initial is open, eliminate is close, and then it's whatever transaction you did initially, you do the opposite. That's
right.
How.
Yeah. And the other thing I would add to that, Joshua, is there's only three things that can happen to an option contract. Please note, Joshua, I'm not saying what can happen to a player, what can happen to an option contract. The contract can be traded, and that's what Brian's got on his whiteboard.
This is what this is.
That's called trading. The other thing that could happen to the option is it could be exercised. And the third thing that can happen to an option contract is it can expire. So, they like time clock questions where they like to say several weeks later or at expiration. Now, again, how complicated this is depends on the exam you're taking. That answer set is definitely on the SIE, but, options aren't going to kill you on the SIE. On your 7, it becomes a little more of an issue about this idea of trading the option contract.